Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Headingley. Well, the road to Wembley starts here, the first round of the Silk Cut Challenge Cup. Today's visitors are Barrow, and they'll be hoping for better fortunes than the last time they visited Headingley, when they lost 90 points to nil. It's a great game in prospect, there's a nice crowd building up, so join us shortly for the kick-off. Well, I'll just run through the teams for you. A full-back for Leeds is former Scottish Rugby Union player Alan Tate. John Gallagher and Simon Irving, former Rugby Union players. Also, they're on the wings, and the centres a New Zealand pairing, Kevin Iro and Craig Innes. And Gary Schofield and Andy Gregory, the half-backs. Steve Malloy, James Laws and Mike O'Neill, the front three for Leeds, and a mighty front three that's been playing the last few weeks. Graham Middleton continues in the second row after an impressive debut at Salford. This is his home debut at Headingley. Gary Mercer, the Kiwis, at number 12. And superstar of Rugby League, Ellery Hanley, at number 13. The substitutes for Leeds are Paul Dixon and Paul Anderson. Anderson, of course, only a young prop, just making his way in the game. Had some tremendous games this season, Dougie Lawton. No doubts about pitching him in to the first round of the Cup. Well, for Barrow, they line up with their leading try scorer, which is Roy Robinson at full-back. Pat Traynor, Graham Fletcher, Chris Honey and Tony Solari are the three quarters. Long servant Steve Ray is at stand-off with Mike Kavanagh at number 7. Bob Eccles, former Warrington and Great Britain forward, is at number 8. Stuart Rhodes, Neil Casson make up the front three. Chris Colos, Keith Pemberton, Graham Cameron, the back three, and the substitutes Steve Carey and Carl Wright. And the referee for this afternoon's encounter is Mr. Steve Cross from Hull. Well, Leeds and Barrow just coming to the centre now, shaking hands there. That's the Leeds mascot today. He's Richard Pickersgill from St Matthew's Church of England School. His favourite Leeds player is Marvin Edwards, who's now gone back to New Zealand. And I can tell you the Barrow mascot there, wearing a number 6 shirt, is very, very excited. He's been getting hold of some Leeds autographs in the tunnel, and he's delighted to be here today. So a big game in prospect for Barrow today. It'll be a dreaded anticipation that they've come here. Last time they came here, of course, Leeds defeated them 90 points to nil in league football. And a lot of people wondering if Leeds can do better today. Incidentally, the Leeds record score is 102-0. And the points in the game is held by, of course, who else but Lewis Jones. And he scored 31 against Bradford Northern. And Leeds going to be playing the other way in the first half. Also on the points record, number of tries in the game is 8 by Eric Harris. So it's going to be Barrow to kick off. And they're playing with whatever small amount of wind there is today. It's blowing from right to left. Pitching in remarkably good condition considering the pounding it took in the Dewsbury and Batley game. So Barrow will kick off. Mr. Steve Cross, the referee. It's the game underway. That's a good drive immediately there from Gary Mercer, getting over that 20-metre line. Gallagher infield looking for work. And good tackle there from the second row pairing, Colos and Pemberton. Gregory finds Steve Malloy. And Graham Middleton immediately in his stride there. Good ball from Steve Malloy. Middleton in support, just caught by the ankles, and Leeds starting to come away. Ball's a long ball out to Schofield. Schofield spots a gap and goes himself there. Hanley kicks on. Barrow will be in possession. Bob Eccles it was. And good there from Stuart Rhodes, and well tackled by Gary Schofield. It's Tony Solari, the Barrow winger, coming in field, taking play just into the Leeds half of the field. Spotting a gap there. Cameron the loose forward. Solari again. So Stuart Rhodes then at hooker. Looks for Bob Eccles. Eccles puts up the towering bomb, and Alan Tate's running for that. Pressure on Alan Tate. Oh, safely taken there. Gallagher. And Gallagher wrestled unceremoniously to the ground by Colos and Cameron. Mike O'Neill. These games always difficult for the top side like Leeds. There's no plaudits for winning by 100 points to nil, but only the disappointment if you only manage to scrape through 20 points to 10. Malloy bumping men off there. What a great season Steve Malloy's having. So up to the last tackle, Leeds just Still in their own half of the field. Schofield will put the kick in. Oh, and a lovely touch finding kick from Gary Schofield. Right down there, just inside that 20-metre zone. Oh, a few Barrow supporters in the crowd, giving vocal support to their team. Not at the best of seasons, Barrow languishing in the bottom of the third division. Lost 11 players at the beginning of the season through contractual disputes. And playing largely a set of youngsters, and Bob Eccles just been brought from Blackpool to try and stiffen up the pack. So the first scrum of the afternoon goes to Barrow. And a good break there from Pat Trainer, familiar long serving player at Barrow. That's a penalty immediately given away by Leeds. Considered to be a high tackle. So Bob Eccles will kick for touch. Poor touch finding effort there from Bob Eccles. I remember Leeds playing a cup match at Springfield Borough a few years back when Bob Eccles in the Springfield Borough team had a tremendous game that day against Leeds. Neil Casson just takes the ball up now. Eccles. A knock-on spotted there by the referee. And number 13, Graham Cameron, looks disappointed. So Andy Gregory then to feed the scrum. Schofield finds Innes. Innes looks for the gap that side. Oh, that's good play. That's out to Simon Irving. Good tackling there by Barrow, bringing Irving down just inside touch. Schofield brings Innes on again. He's stopping, staring. Back to Iro, and Iro just shrugs off the winger there. That's good play. Pat Trainer. Oh, and Hanley's showing that ball. Gregory. O'Neill. Oh, that's a bad decision there from Steve Cross, and now the referees is to get a video of this. That wasn't a knock-on by Leeds. And the first Leeds attack comes to naught. Referees all getting videos of this, so they'll see from up here that came off a Barrow player. So look your let off there for Barrow. Chris Honey just taking that, he's on his 10-metre line, and Leeds all back on side. And Middleton and Hanley bringing him down, just again just inside that 20-metre zone. There's Graham Fletcher. Well, Leeds scored second to favourites for the Challenge Cup behind Wigan, of course, 11-2 in this morning's press. It'll be interesting to see how the scoreline today affects their odds. Rido tackling there. And that's back for Eccles for the kick. And safely in the arms of Alan Tate, and Tate will look for support. Goes himself. Just ankle tap there by Robinson, the full-back. Barrow back in possession, Leeds. Just surrendered in possession in the early stages of this game. And as Dougie Lawton has said in the press this week, you've got to respect the cup, otherwise you could easily pay the penalty. I'm sure Leeds won't be taking this game easily. And Gallagher bumping Tony Solari into touch. And Andy Gregory already covered with mud. And penalty to Leeds. Not retiring. Schofield kicks up towards a commentary position. Gallagher. Head down and goes there. John Gallagher makes small amount of progress. Shot. Ball in reverse pass there for Steve Malloy. James Lowes in support as ever. That's good play from Leeds. Gregory running across, finds Innes. Irving coming back inside, dodging and waving. The Barrow enthusiastic cover coming across there. Barrow certainly scrambled defence is good in the opening stages of this game. Steve Malloy running around with Gregory. That's a long ball out there. And that's intercepted, and that's going to be a try to Barrow. Well, that's unbelievable. Barrow are going to open the scoring with a try there to Chris O'Neill. Be absolutely delighted with that. So 8 minutes gone then, and a shock on the cards. Could it be here at Headingley? The first try to Honey. They take the kick, and a good round of applause for Barrow as they come back. And safely over, so it's .6 then. Barrow in the lead. First round of Silk Challenge Cup here at Headingley. Gary Schofield prepares to kick off. It's a high spinning ball, and that's good tackling from Leeds. Keep Barrow penned down here now, and that's Chris Collos. Alan Tate is shouting instructions to his players. Beckles puts that ball down. And the scrum will be for Leeds. It'll be 35 metres from the line. 30 metres. And the Gregory just waiting to feed the scrum. Switching play with Ida out to Innes. Irving again, and Irving will take training on the outside. Leads up to that 20 metre line now, in possession with Simon Irving. Innes again, shrugging men off. Good running there from Innes. That takes play in that 20 metre zone. Lowes acting halfback, finds Gregory. Schofield wrapped up there and still can't get the ball away. Good tackling there on Schofield. And Mercer will go himself from acting half. Gallagher wrapped up there as he got that ball. And Middleton not able to take that ball, so we're up to the last tackle. Leeds have actually lost ground in this set of 6 from the scrum. Gregory with the kick. That's for Gallagher to chase. A good tackle there from John Gallagher. And Gary Schofield at the moment down injured. And that's bad news as far as Leeds are concerned. Leeds lost Schofield in one of the early rounds of the Challenge Cup last year, and the season fell apart disastrously. Schofield will run off the injury. Or Beckles. Well wrapped up there by Mercer, and Barrow pinned down on this 10 metre zone. And number 7, Kavanagh kicks. And that's in touch. That's a fine kick there from Kavanagh. The Leeds will go to scrum. Just 12 metres or so inside their own half of the field. 12 minutes gone, Leeds 0, Barrow 6. So Andy Gregory feeding the scrum. Not to the satisfaction of Steve Cross. That's back out, Schofield switching for that Iro. Taking men on there, that was hanging pass was for Innes. Mercer. Gallagher. Picked up there by Solari and dumped to the floor. Finds Graham Middleton with that ball, Gary Schofield. Middleton just taking play up. Play still 10 metres inside the Leeds half of the field. Gregory chipping over there. Complaining to the referee that he'd been halted in his progress. Oh, a great tackle from Simon Irving there on Graham Cameron. Ash looks suspiciously forward there to number 10 Casson. Up to the last tackle now. Look for Bob Eccles, he'll be getting this ball and putting his trusty boot. And that's a drop goal attempt, which is wide. So Leeds then will tap. And Steve Malloy will run. Mike O'Neill, oh that's good running from O'Neill. Middleton. Oh, good running there from Graham Middleton, taking some pulling down, 3 Barrow players on him, 9, 7 and 12. Mercer's ball, finds Simon Irving. Irving showing the ball, going himself. There'll be offside there at the play of the ball, so that's another penalty to Leeds. A little bit over enthusiastic from the Barrow. Well, Schofield finds touch. It's 30 metres again from that line. Andy Gregory finds Simon Irving. Irving coming in off the wing looking for work. The steam men off. Oh, that's good running from Irving. That's into the 20 metre area, and the crowd now behind Leeds. And everybody will want the ball this afternoon. Steve Malloy. Still pushing men off Malloy. It's good play, Leeds right in front of the post. Gregory finds Schofield. There should be something here for Leeds. Hanley. And Hanley's unceremoniously dumped there. Cumberland tackle, and the Barrow player involved has hurt himself. Gregory looks for the run around. It's a short ball for Gary Mercer. Well, Barrow back in possession of the Leeds attack, comes to naught. The referee stops the clock. The 2 Barrow players down injured. So any thoughts that Leeds would have getting 100 points this afternoon if they ever had any? But well and truly out the window. 15 minutes, 16 minutes gone, and Leeds still 6 points to 0 to the worse. And 2 Barrow players down injured. Stuart Walker, the Leeds physio. Attending to one, and the Barrow physio on the other side. Attending to number 3, Graham Fletcher. I never played that ball properly there, number 11, Chris Close. Well, the enthusiasm of Barrow keeping them noses in the lead at this early stage of the game. We're up to the last tackle, and that's back for Bob Eccles to kick, and Eccles closed down there, chose the other option. And Alan Tate picking up that ball. Gallagher. And again, that's good tackling from Barrow. Innes scores himself. Bursting through there. And really well, Gary Schofield describing him in the press this week as the best centre in the world at the moment. Certainly up there in the top 5 or 6. Gregory goes himself, and he's brought down by the hooker, Stuart Rhodes. Schofield finds Innes again. Innes, ball's back for Alan Tate. Tate will dodge and weave. Hanley now with a clear run to the post. Graham Middleton. The Leeds queuing up here. Schofield goes himself and gets it all over the line, so that's the first try. Schofield going over for Leeds. Just watch that again on the replay there as Leeds move that ball out to the right. Schofield had meant to spare, showed the ball through the gap and had too much strength for the Barrow defenders, powered his way over the line. The Leeds about to make a substitution. I think Mike O'Neill will go off and Paul Anderson will come on. So Gallagher then with this kick, curls it round. The Leeds go on level terms. A 1 try, 1 goal each. And Leeds 6, Barrow 6. 20 minutes now gone in this first half. And always a keen anticipation when the Silk Cup Challenge Cup comes round. And these difficult hurdles, these first round encounters are against slower opposition. There's some tough ones today, Dewsbury and Wigan. Not the sort of games that top division sides want to play. Leeds made that substitution. And of course Leeds and Barrow are no favourites, no strangers should I say to cup action. They've played each other on numerous occasions, and most notably in that 1957 final the Leeds managed to hang on by 9 points to 7. And before that there was the, for Leeds anyway, disaster of the drawn semi-final at Odsal in 1951 when Leeds seemingly home and dry, and losing the replay at Fartown on the Wednesday. Now we've got some bother coming in here. Well, Paul Anderson immediately in the thick of things there as soon as he's come on the field. That's a penalty to Leeds. And one hopes that this game doesn't generate, or degenerate into a brawl. Always the temptation of the clubs come in, find they can't win with the football, and then start to use the fists. And Steve Malloy, that's a great run from Malloy there. Leeds using the short side. Anderson will come on the burst. Oh, great ball there out to Gary Mercer. Oh, lovely tackle there from the fullback. What great football there from Mercer and from Robinson and from Anderson. Hanley. Alan Tate's in the line. Leeds now starting to cut loose. Craig Innes, has he got the legs? Certainly Alan Tate has. And over in the corner. Leeds second try in as many minutes there. 2 minutes. To try to Alan Tate. Tremendous play there. That was always likely to be on the cards ever since Anderson made that burst. The first initial burst by Steve Malloy. Just watch that again. The ball moved out quickly to the left. Alan Tate put Innes away, and Innes back inside for Alan Tate, who reached back, took the ball, Managed to get over 5 metres in from touch. Great try to Leeds, tremendous open football. It's going to be number 7, Mike Kavanagh, with the kick. There's a short one there, and Paul Anderson it is who immediately on it for Leeds. And taking 3 men to bring him down. Well, he was half down when the tacklers arrived. It's good play from Anderson. Mercer now. Strong running as Leeds try and bust Barrow up the middle of the field. Steve Malloy again, taking men on and taking play forward. Gregory, short ball is for Anderson. Gregory again, looks to run himself. It's a long ball out to Schofield. Schofield finds Ido in space. That's good play from Schofield. And Ido will take Bob Eccles on, shrugs him off there. Still going Ido. James Lowes. Well, Leeds on the last tackle now on that 20-metre line. And Schofield will take charge of this attack, finds Gregory. Malloy looks for the run around Anderson. Mercer now will straighten up. Schofield. And the second pass of the afternoon will be intercepted there by Barrow, so Barrow back in possession. And that's a try scorer. Number 4, Chris Honey, who's in possession, but well wrapped up by John Gallagher. Former New Zealand All Black, playing his second consecutive game on the wing in the absence of Jim Fallon. And we've got a stoppage in play now, an injury to number 7, Mike Kavanagh. So, thankfully he's okay. And, a great tackle there on Newcastle from Anderson. Stuart Rhodes. A kick coming in now and kicking for space, and Simon Irving's well back for that, and that's good to see Leeds there. Alert to what's happening. Alan Tate, Simon Irving and John Gallagher all back. Tate looks for the gap. So Irving will take it on, finds James Lowes in support. And Barrow will certainly know they've been in a game if they tackle James Lowes a few times. Tremendously strong athlete. Oh, great ball from Schofield there, and again that's good play from Steve Malloy. Graham Middleton, Innes. And just overrunning that ball there. Kevin Ido and Innes in a mix-up on that far touchline side as Leeds trying to entertain. And Irving and Hanley quickly in at the tackle on the acting halfback. And Anderson again in there on Neil Casson. No love lost between those two. And Rhodes and Hanley bringing Stuart Rhodes down. Looking for the run round there. It's picked up by the Barrow substitute, number 14. With Steve Carey. The Scottish long ball finds Gregory, and Gregory spots that. There's meant to spare there, Alan Tate. Hanley. Steve Malloy. The lead's just 10-6 in. So we approach the half-hour mark. Mercer still going there. They're going to miss him men out. That's long ball, misses out Middleton and Anderson, and Innes. Irving puts the ball down, and again Barrow in possession for Leeds. Losing that ball on numerous occasions, trying to entertain the crowd. Kalos just brought down there. Rowan Anderson driving down number 12, Keith Pemberton. Good tackle there from Anderson. Close again. James Lowe's got a bang there. Someone fell on him. The kick's in and it's for Alan Tate. And Lowe's looks in agony as he lays just below our commentary position. Innes showing the ball, looking to go through the gap. A heavy tackle coming in from Innes, 3-man tackle. Middleton now will take this ball up, and Graham Middleton will take the ball up all day. And knees in the back, I think, for James Laws. Peggotty runs, goes himself. Finally gets away to Ido. Ido shoves men off. Gallagher will run now. Has he got the legs? He puts the kick in. That's a drop out under the post handling there. Not quite having the legs. The kick just beating him. In fact, that's a strange decision. That's saying that Hanley knocked that ball dead. The Barrow player plainly kicking that ball dead. Stuart Rhodes just settling play down in the middle of the field. Pemberton, 3-man tackle from Leeds. Bob Eccles wants to put the kick in. And that finds touch. That's a good touch finder from Bob Eccles. 10 metres inside the Leeds half of the field. Oh. 10 minutes or so this first half to go. And Leeds still leading by 10 points to 6. And Barrow certainly raised their game from when I saw them against Dewsbury a few weeks ago when they were well and truly beaten. 34 points to 4, I think it was. And Barrow back in possession, and again Leeds playing costly mistakes here. And number 1 Roy Robinson just trying to run on the outside of John Gallagher, who brings him down. Solari, and again Gallagher in with the tackling. Oh, a good run there from Neil Casson. Play 12 metres from the Leeds line. On a blatant forward pass there. Stuart Rhodes is brought down 10 metres from the line. Nipping from acting half. That was Rhodes. It was Close who was brought down. And Simon Irving back in position for Leeds. Well taken there by Simon Irving. Difficult kick to take on the full. And Tate drives away from his own line. Anderson. Short ball is for Steve Malloy, and that's a good tackle on Steve Malloy. Barrow certainly playing well this afternoon, certainly raising their game. Gregory runs himself. Ellery in support as ever, shows the ball. James Laws comes up the touchline side in support. Up to the last tackle, and Leeds have Hanley up, acting half. Schofield. Schofield putting the kick in. And Ido and Gallagher bringing Robinson down in possession. So Barrow in possession in that own 20-metre area. That's got to be a penalty there for Barrow. It's a stupid to make. Certainly had a marker there. Just a thought that John Gallagher was stood too far away. So Leeds' 4th penalty of the afternoon. Leeds taking us comes 3-2 and the penalty's 4-1. And Gallagher just put his head down there and charged willy-nilly. And James Laws. And the Leeds attack just under the post now. So Leeds very much at 6s and 7s on attack this afternoon. Nobody really sure what anybody else is doing, and this is always a chance that this could happen on a day like this. Barrow. Well tackled there from Schofield and Hanley. Almost sending him in position there, Barrow. Middleton, and he's making the tackle. Eccles. Good tackling from Leeds, and it's only 4 tackles, says Mr. Cross. Up to the last tackle now. Bob Eccles is back for the kick. Decides to run with the ball and puts the kick in. That's for John Gallagher. Gallagher brought down by the Barrow substitute Steve Carey. Gregory going to go himself, and Gregory just tripping up there with a gap. Had opened up for him beautifully there. Schofield finds Mercer. Ido puts Gallagher away now. Gallagher inside to Hanley. Hanley falling as he caught that ball. Alan Tate will switch play back. For Leeds, 10 metres on the Barrow line with Hanley acting half back. Finds Schofield. Gregory give her the run around there. And well tackled there, and Schofield still gets up and plays on. That's for Innes. Is Innes in there? No, he's in touch, says a touch judge. So Leeds just can't seem to get over that Barrow line this afternoon. A lot of pressure in that 20-metre area and just falling at the final hurdle. And Barrow mopping up the possession at the moment. Close, and Mercer brings him down. And good tackling from Graham Middleton there. That's bringing down Pemberton. And Rhodes Hooker there again. Middleton and Laws into the tackle. Bob Eccles. Good play from Barrow, but a great tackle from Simon Irving there on number 6, Steve Ray. That'll be the 6th tackle, so that's a turnover. Malloy. And some no-nonsense running from Steve Malloy, straight hard and straight up the middle of the field. Anderson pushing men off, and Leeds taking play back into that 20-metre zone. Schofield running around with Gregory. Brings Alan Tate on. Leeds seem to find red shirts every time they mount a serious attack. Middleton couldn't get the ball away. Mercer's in support. The referee just making sure Barrow onside. Short ball is for Hanley. For Ido. Oh, Gallagher again puts the ball down, so Leeds again. Missing out on a try, which seemed to go begging again there. So that'll be a scrum. Bob Eccles. Mike Kavanagh feeding the scrum. And Solari coming in field, but only into the waiting arms of Ellery Hanley. Roy Robinson. Barrow using the forwards to bring that ball away from their own post. And Honey, the try scorer, wrapped up there by James Laws and Caminero. And John Gallagher. Good space to run in, Gallagher. Taking play into that better half of the field. That's good running from Gallagher. Gregory, Middleton. Again. That's Anderson now. Oh, and great running from Paul Anderson. That's good running there from a prop forward. Schofield finds Malloy, and Malloy's finds Alan Tate. Tate just couldn't get the ball away again. Hanley in support. Schofield, Gregory, dodging, weaving. Andy Gregory. He's going to score a try. Well, would you believe it? Andy Gregory, first try for Leeds. To the little fella there, he'll be absolutely delighted with that. For 40 minutes up on my clock. And Gregory over for Leeds. And Leeds 14 points to 6, and with a kick still to come from in front of the post, it should be a successful one. That's successful. So the referee says that's successful. 16 points to 6 then. Leeds in the lead, 3 tries, 2 goals. There goes a halter at the end of the first half, and Leeds fans not really happy with the Leeds performance, and Dougie Lorton will no doubt have something to say at half time. Leeds trying to over-entertain, I think, this afternoon. Was Barrow took a shot lead on 8 minutes with a try from Honey, intercepted Schofield's pass. Kavanagh converted, and it was 6-0. It took Leeds 10 minutes to get back on the score sheet, and Schofield scored a try. Gallagher converted, it was 6-all, and Alan Tate had a try after good work from Innes. It was 10 points to 6, and then right on half time there, Gregory had a try, converted by Gallagher, 16 points to 6. So join us for the second half. Let's see if Leeds can pull away to something like the scoreline that was suggested before the game, or whether Barrow will continue to fight and keep Leeds pen close. So Alan Tate about to get the second half underway. Leeds leading by 16 points to 6. Oh, and a good tackle there on Roy Robinson from Paul Dixon, who's on the field. I think that'll be for Graham Middleton. And that's Chris Close that's been wrestled down by Ellery Hanley, and it looks like a serious injury. Andy Gregory immediately calling for the Barrow trainer. But play goes on. Close happily back to his feet there, and Hanley trying to charge down the kick. Tate's underneath it, catches it safely. Gallagher. And straight in there to Bob Eccles. Anderson. Gregory finds Long ball there's for Iro, and Leeds running this on the last tackle, and Iro just opens himself out now. Cuts inside, that's going to be a try to Kevin Iro under the post. Oh, immediately Leeds starting off in only the second minute. Lovely try there to him, to Iro. Leeds, of course, running that ball on the sixth tackle there instead of the anticipated kick that Barrow were hanging back for. And when Iro got that ball, it was a try all the way. So Gallagher with another simple conversion, which should make it 22 points to 6. The 4 tries, 3 goals in Leeds now. 22 points to 6 in the lead, and probably safely in the second round draw for tomorrow for the Silk Cut Challenge Cup. Barrow looking in no hurry to kick off in this second half. Finds Paul Dixon there. And Dixon won't like sitting on the subs bench, so he'll have a point to prove. In the competition for places, what Dougie Lawton's trying to build up at Leeds, and that's will probably have the desired effect. Oh, and Iro there juggling with that ball, so Barrow back in possession. But not for long, as ball's put down. Steve Malloy will run on. Anderson now. Oh, and a great tackle there from Stuart Rhodes there, bringing Anderson down, not the easiest thing to do. Malloy. Oh, that's a great ball for Mercer. Mercer finds Innes, and that's going to be a try, I think, to Innes. In fact, it's going to be a try to James Lowes. His second for the club. And 2 minutes later then, another try to Leeds. Try to Lowes. Underneath the post. Great work there from Innes, great work from Steve Malloy. As though Innes should have the legs to go, but through the cover, and James Lowes has ever in support, over for the try under the post. Gallagher converts, he certainly doesn't waste any time. It's 28 points to 6. And the misadventures of the first half all seemingly forgotten, as Leeds have come out powering away there. Great play from Leeds in the opening minutes of this second half. Barrow kicking off again. And finding touch immediately. A good kick off there from number 7, Mike Kavanagh. So a scrum up behind and ball to Leeds. And the Gregory just collecting a football. Schofield brings Gallagher on the burst. And Gallagher makes good ground up the middle of the field there. That's good play from Gallagher. Gregory, Malloy relishing this battle this afternoon. Anderson again, Lowes is in support. Gregory. A long balls for Schofield. Schofield does it a turn. Goes himself. Looks to Shumpman off. But Schofield's been well policed this afternoon. Good play. Good defending job on Gary Schofield from Barrow. They rightly identified him as a danger man. Hanley bottoms him up there. That's Dixon. Oh, and the referee, he's not going to allow Ellery Hanley to score. He's going to pull back for a forward pass. Short ball from Dixon to Hanley. So Barrow will have a chance to get some possession, leading the scrums 5 points to 4. 5-4 should I say, and the penalty's going Leeds away 4-1. So Kavanagh then feeds a scrum and Gregory chases him round, but he's quick enough. They come off Andy Gregory and Hanley makes the tackle. Just a good tackle from Anderson there on number 10, who's ruled the day that he threw that punch at Anderson in his first tackle of the game. Anderson's that was. Barrow have a big prop just coming on in Carl Wright. And sliding into touch there from Kevin Iro. Great tackle from Iro, just weighed up the situation. The Barrow man annoyed with himself. Had plenty of men out there just trying to do too much in that situation. And Kevin Iro goes across to make the tackle, so Leeds will feed again with Andy Gregory. Schofield, Tate. Innes is in the middle of the field, Schofield's away. He could have scored himself, Gary Schofield there, did the right thing and pass to Kevin Iro, but Schofield had beaten the tackle. And 2 minutes again, Leeds, 46 minutes. Good play from Schofield. 6 Leeds try in the afternoon. A different Leeds side to the first half. Steve Malloy puts the ball down, but backwards. And Dixon take him in on the short side. Gives Leeds more width to attack. And Gary Mercer finds Laws again in support. Andy Gregory now looks to pass, finds Schofield. Schofield will bring Anderson on the burst. Schofield again, Malloy. Dixon there in support, that's good play from Leeds. Switching play now with Schofield. Short ball is for Alan Tate. Hanley. And that's wrestled to the floor there, Ellery Hanley. By Pemberton, number 10. Finish now, it's space to run. It's got Irving inside, that's good play from Simon Irving. Irving looking to offload. That's the 6th tackle, that'll be the turnover. Leeds trying to keep that ball alive on the 6th tackle there. And 4 Leeds players bringing Carl Wright down. Casson. Met by Anderson and Steve Malloy. The props doing the share of tackling. Eccles not expecting that ball. He makes good ground there before he's brought down by Paul Dixon. Having a run around with Steve Ray, looks for it, dummies. And James Laws bringing Carl Wright down. Kavanagh. Alan Tate just safely catching the ball. It's good play there from the Barrow winger. Solari kicked over and chased, spotted that Alan Tate had to run and catch the ball. Gallagher showing the ball, goes himself. Lows now, we'll find Gregory. Gregory short ball is for Gary Mercer. Innes. Oh, and a good tackle there from Wright. Malloy. Anderson. Simon Irving now comes back inside, cuts through the gap. And the Gregory knocking on. Ball just slipping from his hands. So again we'll go to a scrum, a game littered with mistakes this afternoon, but the wet conditions of the field are helping things. So Barrow will feed with Kavanagh. Robinson falls down there to Kevin Iro's cover tackling. Great cover defence from Kevin Iro this afternoon. Again, Iro involved there with Alan Tate round the ruck. Carl Wright runs into James Lowes. And Ellery Hanley makes absolutely no progress whatsoever. The batter now with Bob Eccles. Looking to offload, but those days seem to have gone for Bob Eccles. He hasn't got one ball out of the tackle this afternoon. He used to be such a facet of his game. Bob Eccles almost broke the try scoring record for a forward. I think he finished on 38. Bob Haig, of course, of Leeds, holding that record. Now he came here on the last match of the season, won in a few tries for that and didn't manage one. Much to the delight of the Headingley faithful. Hanley finds Gregory. Short balls for Alan Tate. Opening his legs, Alan Tate. Great run from Alan Tate there. Simon Irving back to ones. Barrow player got a hand in that. Bob Eccles interfering with Simon Irving. On a huge gap there. The forward pass eventually given. Andy Gregory disappointed with that decision. So Barrow again in possession from the scrum, and Leeds have just again Iro wrapping men up on that touchline side. Jinking and weaving Solari, but he can't get the ball away. Again Barrow bring that ball away, line deep. Bob Eccles. What a great tackle from Simon Irving, and almost an interception there as that pass floated out. Eccles puts the kick in. Finds touch. "14 minutes gone then of this second half. Leeds 32 points to 6 to the good. Gregory brings Simon Irving. Infield, oh, and a good tackle there from number 4. Chris Honey. Schofield, Tate, Iro, Gallagher. Good play from the Leeds backs there, just spreading that ball. Gregory looks for Anderson. Mercer, oh, and Dixon's in space now. Innes carrying the ball on there. A high tackle on Craig Innes. Ball to escape unscathed from that one. Anderson takes play, Leeds 30 metres from the line now and attacking with Ellery Hanley. Hanley puts Gregory through a gap. Gregory will go and he's going to score a try. Well, that's his second try of the game and the second try for Leeds, and a better player kicking that ball into the crowd there and hitting a Leeds supporter in the face. Would have done good for the public relations. Well, try to Andy Gregory, great run from acting half by Ellery Hanley. "55 minutes gone then, Leeds. 36 points to 6 in the lead. And that's 38 now. 7 tries, 5 goals. And Barrow have another substitution. Another player returning for Barrow. It's Chris Collos. I think it's the heavyweight prop Carl Wright that he's replaced. And well picked up there by Dixon. Steve Malloy. Oh, that's great running from Steve Malloy. Tremendous football there. And a good tackle there coming in from number 7, Kavanagh. Schofield will use his short side. Long ball's out for Irving. Great pass there from Schofield. Irving still going. Lows. Finds Gregory. Shouting for that ball, Andy Gregory. Knocked down again, looking for the interception, Honey. So Gregory will feed the scrum. Referee not happy with the scrum, so Gregory feeds and loads forward, miles offside there. It's kicked down, it's for Alan Tate. Oh, and Alan Tate overrunning the ball and Barrow in possession. The idea was right from Schofield, just caught a Barrow player's hand. Robinson. Good tackle from Gary Mercer. Eccles. Oh, clever play there. And the hooker Rhodes, and he's got Alan Tate to beat. And that's good play from Barrow. They can play right up to that 20-metre area and pushing strongly now, and Gallagher's across there. Kavanagh tackled by Gregory, still gets the ball away to Rhodes and leads a short of many. Up to the last tackle now. Eccles. It's a chip in. And Alan Tate just knocks it dead. So that'll be a drop out under the post. Well, Leeds under some pressure there from Barrow, but keeping the line intact. Schofield sends a drop kick spinning down the middle of the field and it's stuck in the mud. But it's picked up by Honey. Still running with the ball, Chris Honey. Coming up to the three-quarter time in this match with Leeds 38 points to 6 to the good. Anderson immediately in there on Neil Casson. Eccles looks for the runner down, goes himself. Oh, Barrow are going to score again. Well, that's a turn up for the Bucks. Cliff Eccles, Bob Eccles with the run around there. Dummied. And finally Barrow going over at the side of the post with Kavanagh. Kavanagh then with the attempted conversion. This would put Barrow into double figures. In fact, they already are 38-10. This would put them 38 points to 12. Kavanagh certainly takes his time with the kicks. And straight through the middle, so 38 points to 12. Two tries, 2 goals. And Leeds will be kicking off. So Schofield. 20 minutes to go. Number 14, Stuart Carey, slipping there. Carlos. Comes into Hanley. Schofield and Hanley doing the tackling in the middle of the field. Steve Ray trying to set Roy Robinson on a gallop there, but Leeds Anderson not falling for any jiggery-pokery from Kavanagh. Beckles sidestep well there and put the kick in. Simon Evans will watch that bounce in a touch. Leeds will have heading ball at the scrum, 38 points to 12. 62 minutes gone. Andy Gregory and Bob Beckles, teammates at Warrington, just having a word there. Gregory finds Schofield. Schofield has slipped that ball to Kevin Ido. Awesome side of Kevin Ido, ploughing down the middle of the field. Alan Tate's in support. And Tate, will he have the legs? Oh, great tackle there. Hanley. Puts that ball out of the back door there for Kevin Ido. And Ido just opens himself up there. Finch Craig Innes. And Innes over for the try. Ido could have scored himself in. .63 minutes gone then, Leeds. Further in the lead there with that try to Craig Innes. Gallagher safely through the middle. 44 points to 12. So far Ellery Hanley hasn't got on the scoreboard. He's the longest sequence of try scoring in the Football League, the Rugby Football League at the moment, and I'm sure he'd like to get on the try sheet today. Not one or two people tipping Ellery for 5 or 6 this afternoon. But so far Hanley's provided the tries for a couple of players, and Malloy finds Dixon. Dixon still struggling. Dixon's boot come off there and been thrown. Oh, Steve Malloy bursting through. Mercer. And Hanley will score this time, there's no doubt about that whatsoever. Hanley's going to get on that try sheet. He's running away and he's running towards the corner, but he's over for that try, and you can hear what the Leeds fans think of that one. Great play there from Steve Malloy. Gary Mercer and Ellery Hanley over for the try. Well, Leeds starting to open out again now. And there's no popular try scorer this afternoon than Ellery Hanley. He's in tremendous form this season. And to think there were some people who doubted that Ellery Hanley would come back after his broken jaw, and there were some people, notably at Wigan, who thought it was a good decision to sell him. And Leeds is seemingly scoring at will now as the game goes on. Just a hiccup there when Kavanagh scored for Barrow. And certainly Barrow in no hurry whatsoever to kick off. They'll be hoping to keep Leeds down to below 50, but that seems not much chance of that. 15 minutes left for play, and Leeds 48 points to 12 to the good as it is. And Steve Malloy just accepts the kick off again. Dixon finds Gregory. Mercer's on the burst. Alan Tate there. Oh, great pass and a great run from Tate. Forward pass there to Hanley from Alan Tate. The referee well placed there, and Alan Tate doesn't look too disappointed. So Barrow a rare chance in his second half of some possession. It's their 10th scrum. Oh, that's it. Solari on the burst. Craig Innes hanging on for grim death there over on that far touchline side. But most of Barrow attacks have gone over to Solari's wing. Steve Carey. Up to the ground by Hanley. Kavanagh. Finds Rhodes, okay. Mason and Dixon bringing him down. Bob Eccles. Tries to go himself and he's pushed towards the touchline by Simon Irving and Steve Malloy. Colos going himself. We're up to the last tackle now, so Leeds will be alert to the kick. Barrow deciding to run that ball. Safely taken by Paul Dixon. And he's got on the run around with Andy Gregory, but Gregory already decided that ball was for Steve Malloy. Long ball out there. Iro. Certainly ready to bump off men. Finds Gallagher with space down the touchline side. Knock on from Steve Malloy is the outcome of that. So again, Barrow have heading ball at the scrum. Certainly made good use of the possession. Barrow kept the ball mainly for the 6 tackles. Be interesting to see the rate from Barrow. It's their 11th scrum of the game. Schofield and Hanley doing a tackling job on Kavanagh as he brought the ball away from the scrum. And Robinson coming into the line. Good full-back play this afternoon from Robinson. Certainly on attack, been exposed a lot by the lack of cover in defence, and Leeds have scored some long-range tries. Kavanagh. Andy Gregory. Some forward passes going there. And Gallagher picks up for Leeds. So just as I said, at Barrow have kept the ball for 6, they don't manage to keep it for more than 2. Short ball is for Anderson, who winds himself up into a burst. 10 minutes left for play then. Steve Malloy will go himself and he's brought down by Graham Cameron. Hanley. Schofield, tinking, weaving, showing the ball, going himself. To the last tackle, and crowd in the south stand and wanting Leeds to throw that ball about. It's a high spinning ball, that's a difficult one. Well taken there by the Barrow fullback. Robinson jumped up well there to take that ball. Number 12, that's Keith Pemberton. And Kavanagh. Most of the Barrow moves springing from Kavanagh. Had a tremendous game this afternoon. It'll certainly be Barrow's man of the match. And good work too from Rhodes, a hooker, and from Colos. Graham Cameron played just inside the Barrow half of the field. Oh, that's got to be a forward pass there. That was a mile forward. Referee Steve Cross signalling the 6 tacklers. Bob Eccles puts the kick in. And that finds Simon Irving. And Irving Tate slipping. Thinking that Innes was closer to him than he was there, as Simon Irving sets off down the middle of the field. Bumps men off. Gregory. Mercer, that's good play from Mercer. Pushes men off with his arm there. Inside is for Gallagher, Iro. And Iro sets off on one of those bursts down the middle of the field. The referee says he wasn't held. Hanley He's certainly held this time. Gregory. Goes to Andy Gregory. And Hanley's in for his second try. Gregory looking for the hat-trick there. 50 points come up for the Loiners. 10 tries. (52-12) Leeds to the good. Converts, 7th kick of the afternoon. Alan Tate wins the Leeds Man of the Match award. Leeds 54, Barrow 12 in. So Barrow will kick off. Kavanagh, and again he kicks, and this time he finds Paul Anderson, who bumps men off. And a long way to go, Anderson, but he's certainly got the legs. That's a good tackle though, bringing him down by the fullback Robinson. Leeds will quickly speed up the attack. 7,500 hardy souls out here this afternoon. And again, the interception. Craig Innes this time is chasing in John Gallagher, and I don't think Honey's going to do it this time. Great tackle there from John Gallagher. Barrow with men to spare here. And a try there to number 2, Pat Traynor. Well, 75 minutes then now, Barrow pulling points back. Great run from Honey, but he couldn't have the legs to go this time. Great tackle from John Gallagher. And Leeds covering the options on the far side. And Traynor spotted that and moved across there where there was no one in support. And Leeds just trooping back dejectedly. Pat Traynor, the try scorer, he'll be happy. I've scored a try here at Headingley. Well, certainly had to put up a better performance than the last time they were here. Traynor then with the kick. Converts Kavanagh. Three tries, 3 goals. The scrums, Barrow have taken them well 11-6, and the penalties have gone 4-1 to Leeds. A remarkably clean game, not a second half penalty. We're in the closing few minutes of this game. Leeds get back, of course, to league action next week at Hull Kingston Rovers. Schofield kicks. Robinson will try and run out. That's good play. And number 14, Steve Carey, that was running into Steve Malloy. Carlos Hanley wraps him up and brings him down. Man and ball. Bob Eccles. Out through the windscreen there, no seatbelt on. So Gregory and Leeds one last chance, I think, to put some more points on the board. There's 2 minutes left with my watch. Innes finds Iro. Schofield. Leeds playing some sparkling football now. Schofield hanging onto that ball. shooter, so that's the end of the game then. 52 points to 18. Leeds and Barrow had the privilege of scoring first and last in this game. Opened the scoring on 6 minutes, on 8 minutes with a try to Honey, an interception, and then following an interception by Honey, Trainer scored on 75 minutes. So handshakes all round and a big day for Barrow, and they haven't let anybody down. They've played well this afternoon. They've kept Leeds to 52 points. And most people certainly expected Leeds to be getting in the 80s or the 90s, but these games are never easy. And I'm sure Leeds will just be happy to be in tomorrow morning's draw for the Cup and just coming over and saluting the South Stand. And could this be the start of big things for Leeds in 1993? Could they finally win the Challenge Cup for the first time since 1978? Well, who can say so? Leeds then with tries to Schofield, Tate and Gregory in the first half. 2 goals to Gallagher. It was 16-6 after the try from Honey and Kavanagh goal. And in the second half, Leeds immediately turned on the style. In 42 minutes, Iro had a try. 44 minutes, Laws had a try. 46 minutes, Iro had a try again. And Gallagher converting 2, and it was 32-6. Then Gregory had a try, second of the afternoon. Gallagher converted 38-6. Leeds looked to be going up for a cricket score, but Barrow came back with a try to Kavanagh, converted himself on 60 minutes. It was 38-12. Then Innes Hanley had 2 tries. Gallagher converted 2 of them, 42 points to 12. And then following the interception by Honey, Pat Trainer going over at the side of the post. Kavanagh converted. It was 52 points to 12. So we'll leave you from Headingley with the news that it's Leeds who progress into the second round of the Silk Cup Challenge Cup with the score Leeds 52, Barrow 18.